Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
From the rest, but now Delight
just going for a little walk in the river, and he's gonna get Ambessa ulted. Delight in a ton of trouble, and you see his team is trying to help him out. They want to get that kill on a Croco, but the sweep comes in and denies it. First blood given over to Morgan, and now a wall to come down. Morgan does have flash, and they're gonna throw in the sun. The knockback does come in. Can Morgan get out of this is the question, and no, he cannot. Nearly trades back on a Peanut, who does survive.
I think he could have just flashed, if I'm being honest, in that situation. Any scenario where you're waiting that long and there's clear follow-up, you're just gonna die if you don't. So holds the flash, does end up going down.
Talia Pantheon, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty effective when you use that combo together.
And speaking of which, this is Talia Renata. Again, that's a turret shot, and Closer just gonna die even before Peanut can join in. And Zeka just looked so tasty for Closer. And Elford, bro, they got two grubs, and now they've come down here to try to fight for the dragon instead of finishing off the grubs, it looks like. A lot of sticks in this one, not going to be an easy steal, and now Croco's going to get caught for it, as now the combo comes in, and the Trundle, quite tanky, but not tanky enough. The Chains of Corruption, though, going to get Peanut down. Bailout comes out, as he does have to fight. A lot of damage going in. Hostile takeover is huge on everyone on the side of Bro, is now flashing in his height for something, and he's going to get the kill, actually. But still, it is traded back to Zeka, who is on the chase now. Oh, the root was sick, but not going to matter, as Zeka just picks up his third kill of the contest.
Skirmishing power of this Kalista
Renata is quite a lot for us. And now, I mean, in the 1v1, he seems to be doing pretty well at least, and he is quite tanky. In goes Morgan with the ult, but he just gets stunned. There's not really much you can do against that and a bunch of needles flying in your face.
Okay, so I did just want to check, right? Looking at Emerald Plus on Gwen on this patch. 133 times is what of age has been built first. Presumably some of those was theirs.
Presumably. Oh, he actually, he got the real one. Palu's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get the knock-up of the hostile takeover. Comes down, and one Rend would do it. They're not even going for him anymore, looking for Hype here. As the wall comes in, Hype doesn't have flash. He is dead as well. Just two kills basically out of thin air for Hanwha Life Esports.
It's one of the problems, you know, the Nico I feel like mid matchup, which is already very, very good for the Talia playing into the Azir.
Definitely is. Trying to make a play up here on the top lane. Zeus does not have his flash anymore, and both these champs can get inside the mist, but still, Zeus, he's gonna get ulted down, but do they have the damage under the turret? Yes, they absolutely do. And they're gonna shut down the streak that the 0-0 Gwen had. A little bit of extra money over to Morgan. Now Zeka is just going to get clobbered down by Croco, but in comes the Pantheon. Auto would have done it! Zeka, he's burning, but he's living.
That's so sad.
Talia Pantheon, they work so well together.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of mid laners would have just appreciated having a Pantheon to fly in when the enemy Trundle is trying to solo kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've seen... Look, this game is not going well for Bro. I don't think it's the Trundle's fault. I think we've seen some of the value of the Trundle.
Yeah. I think it's fine so far.
Yeah. Bro in...
No.
I tend to say they're in an okay position.
I'm not so sure about that Zeka, though. That's a very interesting spot for him. He doesn't have his flash, and he's just rooted, and he's taken down. As I immediately cast or curse him, he didn't even have a chance to flash. I think he was like 5 seconds away, too, but that's a big shutdown given over, essentially, for free.
Yeah, big shot.
Yeah.
So just not deep enough. That is the thing.
Rough.
Is the pretense of having cleared vision can be really, really negative. Like, if you think you've swept the vision and there's a ward hidden there, that's worse than not having swept.
I mean, Croco's here. If Morgan lives for long enough, he's going to go in, and he's going to Ambessa all over them, dashing and turning and twirling. Peanut getting very low, and Peanut is going to finish him off with the execute. Here comes Palu, trying to take down the Gwen, and he will be able to. Croco, with that subjugate ticking, just doing enough to trade it back.
Yeah, they focused Morgan down. It was doing a fair bit of damage, but ultimately the execution from Peanut there from the Pantheon. But this Rod of Ages, Gwen, it exists. Oh, Croco.
Yes. Croco has the TP coming through.
Good pillar.
Closer stopping that dash right at the right time. Meanwhile, Hype in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Paulo is here. He doesn't have mana or result, so he doesn't really exist. So that's a nice summoner takeaway by HLE.
And it gives them the ability to move into the river, clear out some vision. HLE trying to approach. Both Delight and Peanut are pretty squishy.
TP comes in, Krako trying to dodge everything. Instead, he's just getting corralled up against the wall. Now the TP comes over from their side as Palu gets an ult off and doesn't do much. And Zeus is on the flank, doing a ton of damage with the needles, but he's just getting focused down. And Bro, they peel back, they take out the Gwen. A lot of low health bars here, though, on the side of Bro. Will they try to re-engage on this one? Not so sure. It looks like they just want to take down the mid tier 1 instead.
Yeah, health bar's low, don't want to really risk it. Approaching into the Talia. And we do see the feats of strength secured by HLE there. It's pretty close. Top lane. This is really bad.
Free Otacon
from Bro. This is... See, this is what's frustrating. It's the last fight, genuinely, I think Bro played it well. And I was like, hey, they really have a chance of doing it. And then they open on the map. Eurazea has TP, why is closing on top lane? Lane assignment's so important. This is the difference, you know. Like, Bro, genuinely, that last fight, they had some good moments. The Weaver's Wall, I think, really shut down the follow-up to Apollo's engage.
Well, Hype in a bit of trouble now. He has the Edge of Night, and he no longer does. Now he will go to Zeus' Gwen, and the chase is on for even more. Krako will get away himself. But now Peanut just walking in between turrets, literally chasing Krako through the jungle past turrets.
I mean, the thing is now, Zeus got his level up from the Rod of Ages, got a ton of extra experience from the Arakan. He's level 15. He is so hard to deal with at this point. And it looks like the Rod of Ages Gwen has come to...
Peanut coming up to the top side. They are going to look to take down this turret. And if anyone really comes up to them and they're alone, you can see Closer, he has to respect some.
Surely you would have played Rod of Ages Gwen before Rod of Ages on here.
Yeah, well, we got Needles coming out once again. Morgan gonna ult the opposite way. And now the finality of the Needles coming through, and Morgan in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Now Zeus has to flash out of this one, and will the arrow hit is the question. No, it is a dodge, but he has to get in melee range, and Hype will pick up the kill. So they take out Zeus, who is now 1-4.
Can't dodge auto attacks. And Hype, what? No, Gwen, horrible to play into. Cloud sold Gwen, extra horrible to play into.
Yeah.
So that's secured. And it's feeling a little... It's like that thing where it's not that far apart, so it doesn't seem unrealistic from a odds percentage.
Do have the Hex Drinker here for Morgan. Let's see if that helps him out. Void Staff finish for Zeka as they see Zeka going into the brush. Now we got a pillar coming down here as well. I mean, pretty hard to lock down a Talia at this point, as now in goes Peanut. Krako is zooming away. Even a wall to come down. Paulo just trying to zone them away desperately. The hostile takeover keeps them around. Peanut going very deep for this one, but it will be absolutely worth it. And Viper hopping around like a crazy man. He is going to take out the Trundle, and Morgan gets here late. It's just a disaster for Bro. It's Life Esports. You're not getting away from this Gwen. The Cloud Soul Gwen.
So fast.
Chasing him down. And they're just going to do the Baron instead.
Yeah, well, that signifies kind of the end of the hopes for Bro. Or maybe that does.
Or I think that does, yeah.
Yeah, well...
Viper Cleanse, though?
Yes. Weird.
Yeah. Well, that's a Baron over at HLE.
I will say, if you look across HLE, a lot more tier 3 boots picked up than we've typically seen. Everyone apart from Zeus has those.
They're cheaper.
More affordable.
In this economy?
Yeah.
After he popped his ult, obviously with that speed boost. And HLE with the Baron now. Closer.
Oh, that is a direction.
Okay. Oh, actually, it's pretty good. It was all a bait all along. I feel like this whole game is a bait at this point. Peanut also gonna go down to his GA. We got a turret here. HLE, they still want to fight. Morgan getting pretty low, but I think he's got the damage. Now Zeus elects to go in himself. And here comes Viper. He wasn't even a part of this fight. He was doing the wolves. What is happening in this game?
Chaos. Absolute chaos. Bro, you got a couple of kills. Be happy with that.
Viper's going in. Viper's angry.
I feel like they could win 3v5. And I think Bro know that.
So incredibly fed. And he is. I mean, he's got a 700 gold bounty, so he kind of just gets to do whatever he wants. Hype, he can't run away fast enough. Like, the ult is used, and he's just sprinting at him. He can't get away. Krocko caught in the jungle, too. And Closer here, just an extra sacrifice. Of course, they're going to dive the turret. It's HLE. They don't have any breaks on this tank. And down the mid lane, they will go, and they will end game 1 in their favor.
It's only Palu left. 1v5. Nico play.
All right.
Incoming.
Go for the ult. Go for the ult. He doesn't have rocket belt. Oh, the fake. No, he's just going to conserve his KDA.
Bait them into diving you. Bait them into diving you. Look, juicy.
Yeah, no, he's sitting way too back. Okay, flash forward. Up, up, up. No, it's not going to happen. Down goes the Nexus, and Delight. I feel like the Bard could have been good too, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Bard into MF
Yeah, exactly.
is pretty decent, but
even the Braum is like, yes, he can jump
to the Nidalee, then you need to deny it and give it to your jungler. And like, it's a strong pick. We've seen it have success in the jungle as well, so I think the theory is there.
Morgan.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to be run down. There's first blood, just straight up. And he was trying to push in the wave. Unfortunately, he should have known that he was in kill pressure.
Yeah, the execute for the Nidalee on her Cougar form Q, very threatening. And the thing is, look, this is not a fun lane for Yorick. This is not a lane you're going to win. You are going to get pressured throughout, but you should not be getting solo killed at level 4. I'm just going to be blunt.
Yeah. Not something that should happen. Meanwhile, we do have a very sneaky, okay, flash coming in. Zeka actually goes down. And Closer, down his flash. He's got a blast plant, though. And he's going to actually
be out
of this one.
Out.
The disengage cone saves another one.
So well played there by Closer. And Zeka's struggling in this lane matchup. You know, typically, Yone is one of those champions where you get low in lane, but you're never in kill threat because you have second wind, because you have Doran shield, but he ends up going down, and yes, he puts the ghoulie wall down, and he just jumps over it, and then he just hits a spear, and then the Q just does that. Just
I mean, yeah. Italy in this case does not have smite.
Yeah, and also doesn't quite do enough execute damage to out damage the smite.
Closer still pressuring. Zeka spawning now. Viper heading forward. Palu's taking a beating in this one, as we did expect. The root comes down, and Palu, one auto will get him, and that is it. Viper and Delight put 2 and 2 together. Now Hype, though, looking for the kill. Flash forward. There it is. Collects it. That's going to feel pretty good for Hype.
Hype
level 6.
Well,
and he's going to ult into Delight. That was never really going to kill him. Not sure about that one. Delight's still holding on a flash as well. Fight here over the grubs, but Life know that they just lost that mid fight, so just going to back away from that. Uh-oh. Delight going in. Hype in a lot of trouble. He will be rooted down, and with flash and heal, they should have enough damage, and there you go.
Hina takes it, though. I think they definitely wanted to give it over to Zeka, who needs an injection. Okay, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Looking to have a potential fight here. Zeus has no TP. Now that is Morgan, yeah, in a 4v4, I think Bro feel pretty good about this.
Yeah, especially with the aggro from the Drake going on Apita. He's already taken a bunch of damage. And Bro just going to go into the pit. Krocko and Closers. It's going to come down to a fight. Peanut going to totally whiff on that one. And now I think they just got to try to look for the smite steal or go away, as it is going to go the way of Nefarium. Peanut just gets charms. Heal comes through. Closer and Krocko going in. They do collect the one, but they're in a really bad spot. As down will go Closer. That's a shutdown over to Viper. And Krocko as well will be put into the pockets of Viper.
I actually think the setup for that play from Bro, it's a little uncomfortable because the MF with Bloodthirster can just kind of out-heal your poke and even to some extent face tank you and heal off the wave. But Hype doesn't have a Bloodthirster yet. The acceleration from those kills means that Viper has his Triforce and he's just putting pressure down.
So Zeka dashed in when Nefari's here. He's going to ult. It does get hit by the Nefari. And Zeka now going to get flashed on. Down he goes. The ult comes through. And Krocko goes in on to Peanut. Doesn't really have any chance of beating this one.
A lot of damage, though. That tanky Sejuani in a great angle in the side lanes. If Bro is setting the pace of the game and they're forcing these 5v5s, HLE are going to feel terrible. And now Herald goes down mid. We'll pick up the mid-tier 1. This is a great look for Bro.
Yeah.
Degon is probably so enthusiastic right now.
For a good reason. They just gotta solidify their... Look at him! He's so happy! We get the ult into the Braum, who's getting speared in the side by the Nidalee, though. And in goes Zione. And that'll be Zeka finally doing something. We get to zoom in onto Deacon as it's all happening. And everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. It's still a 4v5, and Closer's got his ult. He's gonna do a bit of damage here to Zeka, who just ults away. Meanwhile, Zeus going in behind. He's going so deep for that. Takes out the AD carry. And Zeus says, I am the real AD carry in this game, buddy. And just taking their Yorick for a walk is the karma. Do they have the damage? Viper trying. But they certainly have the poke, they have the healing, they have the sustain, and they will look for this dragon.
Struggles of Ropan right there. Honestly, hard for me to focus on the fight when I was judging off the live Degon reaction. TP's coming in. HLE could end up in some trouble here.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Krako ults available, trying to go in, but instead they're going to catch Closer, force the flash back. Palu as well, trying to hold the door. Morgan coming on in, and Zeka in a lot of trouble, but he gets the knockup. The slow comes in, and finally he gets bonked on the head. Something goes right, and in goes Krako. Goes untargetable. They get a double kill for Morgan, who did 6k damage in this fight. Oh, and the disengage. Oh, the triple! Morgan! Nobody can stop him with the Quadra! Morgan going insane beast mode in this game.
We didn't have faith, but the bros did, and Morgan's Yorick stomping on HLE with the Quadra kill. Well deserved as well, doing so much work in that fight, and I guess ends up... Getting to see the replay there. The damage, the burst on that Q, by the way, is so high.
He just keeps saying, keep going, keep going.
Even the escape cone can't stop him. Puts the Nidalee... No, that's cathartic. Puts the Nidalee in the cage, and she does stay there. Look at the little hot dogs.
Yeah. The hot dogs go in, they go out. You can't explain that. They just don't die to Israel. They're not going to be able to do much about this. I wanted to say Rakan. Otacon. In this one.
Well, it's a good pick up for HLE. Find a winner to start that one, and Bro are not ready to respond. But yeah, this is the problem when all your eggs are in the Viper basket. You have the ghouls, you have the hot dogs. It's just, it's hard to get the same value from skill shot champions, and Ezreal is the skill shot AD carry.
Yeah. You know, I like hot dogs as a New Yorker, but where's the hamburger skin? As the NA representative on this desk.
I feel like there need to be a different champion that's a hamburger skin and you play them together.
Yeah. If there was like a crab champion, like can Skarner get a hamburger?
Oh, you know what they should do? They should do that buff we're talking about, where the ghouls can proc Braum passive, and then you could have the kebab Braum skin.
There you go. Okay.
No?
I'm down with that. Closer. Getting everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at this guy, and finally he's taken out. Not by his own fault. I mean, he just couldn't get away after dodging almost everything.
Only so much you can do. Zeus losing in the side lane pretty hard right now. Crocker trying to clear the wave. Polo is here. Viper still a threat. He's on a big item spike at the moment. Man, there's minions, there's hot dogs, there's a Braum. There's just...
You know, Delay can actually take the dog for a walk, because there's a dog into the MF BT shield. Who just immediately gets the health back.
All right, it's not feeling so good, but he'll try. You know, if anyone can do it, it's Viper.
We'll see the angle here. The charm comes through on Azeka already. Peanut trying to get in, but not exactly. Okay, he's walking up, actually. TP comes in from Zeus, but he's just 80 Nidalee. Is he able to do anything in this one? He's doing a bit of damage, I guess, but Peanut can't get in. They just want to abandon ship, and Zeus has to flash out of this. Meanwhile, Viper thinking about it. He's getting up in their face. He's already playing against that wall very well. And he will arcane shift over, though. Here comes the ult, but immediately Mikhail's is used. And that's Infernal Soul points given over to Bro. Krako goes in. This fight is still going. They want to take out Closer on the bottom side, and that is the first pick to Hanwha Life Esports. Bro, you've got the objective. Why not just run away? The flash leaves Palu in a desperate situation. Oh! And he'll have to flash as well. Viper's really trying to solo carry this game.
Trying to find Hype there does force both summoners. Flash traded for the Flash Hype as well. And HLE finding some angles. Ult comes through. It's not going to connect. Hype has to move away, though.
I mean, it is this Sejuani, but still. 2.5 items already on Krako, level 14, same as the solo laners. And he is very accelerated, so you get a fight where Nefiri's running around and nobody can really deal with her. It's going to be a big issue, not to mention the rest of the team. As we're just ulting in on a Morgan who is doing the red buff. I guess he's just dead here. A big shield does come through with the Sterix, but there's just no out for him. He doesn't have flash. It's just a free kill. And bro, I mean, you're in a position to win this game. People are getting caught out. Gotta cut off the mistakes, and you can actually do this.
Viper plays with so much confidence. Crocco's looking at an angle, but till Morgan's back up, don't really see any opportunity. And even if
I don't know. Killing over to Peanut. He got a big shutdown. Catches up. A little bit of a ult here to try to save the turret. It's not going to work. See that huge chunk of damage that comes out of them onto the turret.
Bro don't have it. Like, Braum can't just run at an Ezreal.
Engage Braum, though.
Yeah. Now, Dragon is up and available.
For a reason.
HLE have full control of the area. Zeus is pushing inside, but it's not really relevant.
Oh, Zeka?
Oh, if Hype had ult!
Ooh!
If Hype had ult, that could have
used it on the wave.
Been a kill.
CP is, okay, it's fine. Charm, if it was timed correctly, would have just maybe killed Zeus.
Viper playing so aggressive here.
I mean, he got his own Croco out of the pit. Otherwise, this is just going to be a straight-up flip. And really, that comes down to Viper's poke. Maybe Zeka can get on top of him. Or maybe it's just a straight-up flip. The ult comes in, and the ult goes in from Zeka. He catches them in the backside of that one. And he goes Zeus, just catching everyone with their pants down. They have nowhere to go and nowhere to hide from this Cougar. Zeus gets the triple kill. Meanwhile, Morgan's all alone on the bottom side. And it just doesn't matter. Nothing he can do. And HLE got the dragon, of course. Well, that was the fight that broke the bros back.
Someone didn't pay their bro tax. And HLE come through strong. A massive ult from Zeka to clutch that one out. Zeus there with the cleanup. And in the end, it is going to be a 2-0 for HLE. The streak continues for another series.
It really will. And Zeka, he got bullied the entire game. Catches closer a couple of times in mid-game, and then one big ult at the end. They stack up for it, and yeah, Hype, there's nowhere for you to run. Croco does eventually do some damage there at the end, but he's not going to feel good about that one, as Viper is dancing in front of their Nexus and takes it down for the 50 gold.